Welcome to Columbia, Missouri, and Faurot Field, named for the father of the split T, where the Missouri Tiger fans are hoping that they put together a big W. What a scene this is, a veritable cavalcade of colors, stripe after stripe that they hope leaves the visitors dizzy. As we'll see a squad from the Pac-12, the San Diego State Aztecs, taking on a team from Conference USA, the Missouri Tigers. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, David Pollock, Jesse Palmer alongside. Guys, we can't wait to see this game. Been looking forward to it all week. Missouri about to kick off to lift the lid on this one. He'll start the return inside his 5. Couldn't find a way to create that broken field as he stopped at the 25. So San Diego State's offense will get first crack at it today. We have got a tremendous matchup between these two running backs, both stars in their own right, and David both ready to make a huge impact.
I mean, how fun is it to have two guys, one on each side, when they have the football, like they can go the distance. Just dynamic speed, great vision. These defenses are in trouble because these guys can touch it a bunch of different ways, and Palmer, they can hit home runs from anywhere on the field.
And I think what makes them really unique too, David, is that they're very versatile guys. Both guys can run between the tackle box. They can take it outside. They can both catch the football as well. So no doubt the game plan for both offenses, feed the running back as many different ways.
Intercepted in the first drive, in for the pick. And they'll drag him down after a good return on the interception.
That's kind of a double whammy for this offense because on their opening drive, not only did they turn it over with the interception, but they've now set their defense up in a really tough spot deep in their own end.
Couldn't ask for better starting field position for this offense. Gonna run it. It's Maddox. That is a big win for this defense as they were right there as soon as he got the ball.
Second down.
They'll go to work in the air on second down. Fires to the big fella. And an absolutely fearless tackle, giving up size, still got him on the turf. From the gun on third down. Makes the grab. He's got enough. It'll be a first down. They've got it at the 12. Mizzou coming out with a fresh set of downs. Wants to go up top on first down. And it's incomplete. If you're going to take a hit like that, you might as well hang on to the ball. Second down coming up on this red zone opportunity. They'll leave it with him. He's brought down at the 7-yard line, and they are threatening to take it in. Boy, they'd love to move the sticks here and take a shot at it on first and goal. Snap from the gun on third down. He's got it. They make the tackle just outside the end zone, but it'll be first and goal from the 1. They'll try to get it in with the run. Touchdown, Tigers! Great job by the back on the option.
Well, I know it's a very small sample size, and we've got a lot of football to go this year, but what can you say about this offense? How explosive and impressive they look. Top 5 in the nation in scoring, and you can see why. They've got speed and playmakers all over the field.
Setting up for the extra point after the first score of the game. And he's got the extra point, and it's 7-0 to start this one. You better pay it off when you get starting field position like that, going 23 yards, and they capped it off with a 1-yard plunge. Looks like he's going to try to return it. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. The Aztecs offense ready to go back to work. Finding themselves down 7-0, they'd love to get a drive going here. And he's able to bounce off one tackle for a solid pickup. And the Aztecs want to crank the tempo.
Guys, let's think just for a minute about big picture San Diego State.
The good news about starting the season outside the top 25, not a lot of lofty expectations. You can sneak up on a few teams, but sooner or later, you're going to want to get that attention and get into those rankings.
A lot more, but it's not impossible. In recent years, you saw it with Indiana coming out of absolutely nowhere. You saw it back in the day with USF. You've seen it with Rutgers. Like, in the past, you can do it. You can put it together, gain some momentum, but it starts with this game right here.
TCU reached the national championship game a few years back, and no one expected much of them that season either, so you never know. And what's important is what people believe inside your own locker room. This team thinks they can do some really special things this year, and they get a chance to start strong here in week 1.
Off the play fake on first down, the throw. On target over the middle. Good, solid pickup there. Now they can start to smell it with a first down at the 31.
A nice passing game by this offense. The quarterback and the receiver on the same page, in time, in rhythm, creates the big play. And look at them, they're right back on the football, ready to run another play.
Behind the chains now on 2nd and long. This time he's got it. They finally get to him, but what a play there to pick up the first down. The defense going to stop the clock with a timeout. They want to make sure they have everybody on the same page. The Aztecs will try to punch it in on 1st and goal. They'll try to get it in with the run. He's going for the goal line. And he waltzes in for the score. Touchdown, Aztecs!
And this running back is so dangerous down close to the end zone. He's got wiggle, he's got great vision and burst, and he showed all of those attributes right there.
Setting up for the extra point and the top. And the extra point was good to finish things off. They put together an 81-yard drive. They're getting set to kick it away, and that last score took a little oomph out of this crowd. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. Mizzou has it back on the offense coming out on the field. Really good balance on that last drive. They mixed it up all over the place, Jesse.
Yeah, how nice, too, to have the defense on their heels, because at this point, they don't know what's coming at them. They had problems stopping everything that last drive did.
So I think this defense would come back with a little more aggressiveness. I mean, they let them have what they wanted. Now they got to dictate to this offense a little bit more.
The Tigers really need to keep this drive alive on 3rd down. From the gun, wants to pass. And they can't make the play on 3rd down. Missouri will have to send out the punt team. The punter going to get his first work of the afternoon. And the punt team able to smack him to the ground. Let's see what this offense has dialed up this time. From the gun, they'll try to impose their will. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that.
Let's think just a little bit about San Diego State.
By no means was it a transfer portal exodus. The number of guys they lost among the fewest in the country, but you do wonder if things have just become really transactional in the sport right now.
Well, this is a team that had a lot of success last year, and a lot of their key players want to build off of that. So to me, not a big surprise that these guys decided to...
Turning it on! Just gashing this defense, a big gainer to the 40-yard line. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. And the Aztecs will have it 1st and 10. They'll keep it on the ground. Some belief in that running game as they pick up 5 to the 35-yard line.
The offense has a little bit of success, and what do? They push that turbo button right back on the line, ready to run another play.
He'll try it again. Stop just inside the 25. We'll mark it at the 24. Pickup of 10 and a first down.
And how about that? Right after they get the explosive play running the ball, they're going right back to the line of scrimmage for some tempo.
Off the play fake on first down, wants to throw. Card in the backfield. It's Ford. And that had all the makings of bug meat windshield, but how about the little corner taking on the big tight end and keeping him from getting the first? And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield. From here, it would just be a 30-yard field goal try. Let's see how aggressive they're going to be to try to pick up that first. Fires deep toward the end zone. Touchdown, San Diego State. Snagged in the end zone to give them 6.
I don't know what play they called, but I would call it again because the defense had no idea what was going on. Receiver comes wide open, catches the football, and gets the easy touchdown.
Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And the extra point is true, and they're on top by 7. A 70-yard touchdown drive, and they finish it off with a touchdown toss from the 23. And he takes this from inside the 5. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. Missouri has the offense ready to go on the field. This feels like one of those games you might have to answer every score, already down 14-7. He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there, still a bit short of the first down. Both these teams just outside the top 25 and really needing to win a game like this to vault their way into the race. Oh, out of space! And what a huge chunk play for this offense. Just exactly what you need to move the ball down the field.
And this defense is going to have their hands full because they're going to need to be comfortable with guys one-on-one on islands in the perimeter of the field, and they're just going to have to make better plays than what we saw right there. They knew this offense was going to try to be aggressive. Got to need better effort in the back end for this defense moving forward.
And that incomplete pass caused by the big hit on first down. Second down coming. They're dealing with a second and long. The give to the back. He's brought down, but there's a flag on the play. Let's see if it stands.
Illegal block back.
The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. Looking to fire. Got it in the middle, it's Proctor. That touch pass went nowhere. Stopped behind the line of scrimmage. Wide receiver going in motion. Quarterback touch pass on the jet sweep. They've got enough for the first down, and they're in the red zone at the 20. Missouri gets to the line quickly. From the red zone, looking for a receiver. Can't find his man as he took a shot trying to deliver that football, and it'll be second down. Out of the gun, the inside handoff to the running back. Really good job by everybody there. Well blocked, good run, and a first down. The Tigers didn't start this drive with great field position, but they have moved methodically down the field. Grabbed behind the line, it's Proctor. That completion will take it inside the 4, and the offense is threatening. Defense trying to come up with a stop on second and goal. Gets the back moving. Wants to fire on second down. Looking for the score. Touchdown, Missouri! Quick strike through the air for the score.
Yeah, this offense, man, they look good. They looked great last week, obviously putting up huge numbers. Again this week, coming out the gates in the first quarter with the scoring drive. This offense is putting the college football world on notice.
The extra point here would tie the game. And the extra point is good. And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
Dynamite matchup today, fellas. Let's show you what's going down. Texas is trailing, but they are within striking distance. Kind of like when Major Applewhite turned a huge deficit in the 2001 Holiday Bowl into a win. Maybe today is deja vu. It's just a field goal game. They're trailing by 3 to Louisiana Tech. Any big developments in this one, we've got you covered with the best studio team in the business, gentlemen.
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere. Now the pitch. A collision, and he stopped at the 27 after picking up 1. The Aztecs are facing 3rd and inches. Gives it on the option. That just never had a chance as they controlled the middle of the field and stopped him in the backfield on 3rd down. They punted away on 4th down. No chance for a return. He makes the fair catch at the 26, and that's where they'll go to work. Mizzou has it back on the offense coming out on the field. They unleashed an aerial assault last time that took them right to the end zone, David.
So, Reese, with that drive, I think you've accomplished something you wanted to accomplish. Make this defense think. You put them back on their heels. Now, shoot, Palmer, you might be able to slip a few runs in on this drive to really jack them in.
Yeah, I like that idea, but I also like the fact that speed kills. They've got it at the receiver position, so if you've got one-on-one matchups, man, take advantage.
Oh, he just handled it poorly, and it's a fumble. Recovers the fumble, and he's still going. He's dragged down to the ground, but what a play there. Scoops up the loose football and moves the chains. Looking to throw on 1st down. And good coverage by the defense, just a short gain. Missouri wants to go fast. Now the play fake. Snagged in the middle. It's Terry. On the move is the 30. Touchdown, Tiger! And once he found open space, the band might as well start playing.
And that is just outstanding execution on that pass. Great route by the receiver. Good timing on the throw by the QB. Receiver catches it in stride, turns on the jets, and is gone.
They'll try to add another to their lead. And with the extra point, the score is now 21-14. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. On the move from inside is 5. Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. They'll snap this one to start the drive from their own 22. Quarterback on the keeper. They'll knock him down for a loss of a couple. Not what they had in mind to start this drive. Here comes 2nd and 13.
Phenomenal job by the defense that time, shutting down the option play. They knew they were going to see this in this game, and all week long in practice, they really focused on this assignment football, making sure the dive, the quarterback, the pitch, all taken away. Nowhere to go with the football that time offensively. The defense coming up with a huge negative play.
Couldn't find a man and just had to throw it away to avoid a negative play. And the Aztecs will call on their punt team. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. A fair catch taken just inside the 40-yard line. Missouri has the offense ready to go on the field. Boy, both teams doing some early work, and now they'll try to add to this 21-14 lead. We'll give him a couple on that one. 2nd and 8 coming up. Offense lining up quickly. Give to the back. Came through like a shot and knocked him down for a loss of 5.
Loses 6. Brings up 3rd down.
We're through one, and what a back-and-forth battle between these two quarterbacks as we look at the stats. Now, I'm not going to argue if this production keeps up as we start the second. So they go back to work after the break, and it is third down. He's looking downfield to throw. They're setting up the screen. There he goes. He's got first down yardage across the 50. They'll mark it at the 49. And the Tigers headed quickly to the line.
That's a great lesson for young quarterbacks out there. You don't have to force every football deep down.
He's going to throw deep right side. Oh, he dropped it. That deep ball was right on the money. You just have to make that catch. Backed up now. Here's second and long. Off play action. One strong pass rush gets to the quarterback, and they get him at the 46.
Yeah, that's a great job. And listen, this quarterback's had success. He's already thrown for 2 touchdowns. We got to make him feel uncomfortable. This is still early in the game. Nice job by the defense, getting a hit on the quarterback and making him think a little bit.
Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. On third and long, he'll need to loosen up that arm. It's incomplete, but here comes the flag, and I think it's going to be a first down.
Pass interference. Defense.
Defender gets a little too aggressive there, and this offense gets some free yardage. Wants to throw on first down. Throwing right. Got his man downfield. He was working his way toward that goal line. They'll stop him at the 2 after the big play up top.
It feels like everything this play caller has called has worked so far in this first half for the offense. They've generated a really nice lead, lighting up the scoreboard, and they're staying aggressive. They're throwing the football. They're dictating everything right now to the defense.
On first and goal, Missouri will try to strike Pater. He'll pull it on the read. And he'll step into the end zone. Touchdown, Tiger.
Man, this offense has started the season off so good. 1-0 a week ago, right? Now building on it again. Great job putting points on the board. It's still the first half, but this unit looks dialed in.
Lining up for the PAT. And the extra point pushes the lead to 14. They went 54 yards on that last touchdown drive and finished the deal with the short touchdown run from the 2. Here he comes with the return. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. Guys, let's see what adjustments this San Diego State offense has made this time. Breaks into the open. Just searching and working for the running room as he gets it out to the 26. The Aztecs can play this second down a lot of ways with just a few yards to go. The play action fake. Fires to the wideout. Wide open downfield. And the tackle is made, but not before that completion gets them 30+.
Man, this offense is so dangerous, Reese. They've got dudes all over the field that can make plays. There's a big gainer in the pass game.
You get a chunk of yards like that, now the defense is really on its heels. Quick completion to the right. He works his way inside the 30 down to the 29 and picks up a first down. And the Aztecs want to pick up the tempo. Coming out on first down with the play fake. Got the tight end outside. Shoved out of bounds. They'll mark him down at the 15-yard line, and this offense is doing work. From the gun, they'll try the middle. He's dragged down at the 12 as they try to cash in on this red zone opportunity. It'll be second down, and remember, they can pick up a first without scoring. The give to the back. And he never had a chance. Just stopped cold as soon as he got it. Now facing a third and long. From the gun, wants to pass. He's got it on the run. Touchdown, Aztecs! A great catch and run for 6. Some much-needed life from this offense as they tried to cut away at this lead.
No doubt. Needed something to go right. You're down. You got to make plays. You got to get your team back in it. Great start. Keep chipping away.
He'll try to tack on one more. And the extra point cuts the lead to 7, 28-21. And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
Boys, if it's happening in college football, we've got eyes on it. Check this out. Florida State is currently up big right now in a game they'll be talking about in Tallahassee for some time. They're up 14 over East Carolina. We will be multitasking today, boys. One eye on that game, one eye on your game. Really the only way to do it.
Thanks for the update on that one, Kevin. Let us know when it goes final. The Tigers have their whole playbook open here on 2nd and inches. Trying play action. Unloads to the wideout. Complete to the right. And he's got enough for the first down. It'll be at the 35. Quick tempo here for the offense.
Well, this defense is being challenged, and this secondary in particular. And I know a DB made the tackle there, but we're only in the second quarter, and already this quarterback has over 200 yards passing.
That is a big win for this defense as they were right there as soon as he got the ball. Back to pass on second down. That's reeled in. It's Terry. And they pick up just a few on that completion. They've got to come up with a big play on this third and long. He'll set up to throw. Got it set up on the outside. Oh, he's got some space. Now they're starting to feel it. They've got a first down at the 44.
Well, they pick up the first down there on the screen. I love the offensive line there, allowing the pass rush to get way up the field. They completely baited their guys, made them think that they got beaten, that they were going to get the sack, and then they sneak the running back screen right in behind them and pick up the first.
The Tigers racing to the line in the hurry-up. Second down, they'll go to the air. He's got him. And there might have been trouble if they hadn't gotten to him immediately. Defense trying to come up with a stop on third and short from the 37. They'll try to pick up the first through the air. And a missed opportunity on third down as the defense knocks it free, and fourth down is coming up. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. Now on fourth down, here comes the field goal team. This is going to have to be unleashed from 54 yards out. Oh, he missed it. No good. And the margin is still 7 after the miss, guys.
28. San Diego State, 21.
Guys, we're about to get another look at this San Diego State offense. They reeled off a long touchdown drive the last time they had it. Much better field position this time around. He's got an open man. Brought down at the 47-yard line after the 15-yard pickup.
Man, and tight ends in today's modern college football are so difficult to stop because they're so much more athletic than they used to be. Today, they're just like big wide receivers. So defensively, how do you stop them? Do you have someone who has the physical dimensions to match up with this guy one-on-one? You might not. And if you don't, are you comfortable putting a slower linebacker on him? Or do you want to put a smaller DB that might not be able to tackle him? It's a real difficult puzzle to figure out.
The Aztecs will snap it on 1st and 10. Looking downfield on first down. Got it in the middle. It's Conway. And the defense makes the immediate tackle, but he has enough for the first down. Quarterback needs to make a better throw there. Incomplete. Plenty of distance between them and the sticks here on second down. The pull and throw off the RPO. He hauled that one in and got it down to the 15-yard line. Gonna look downfield again. Pressure coming. And they fail to hook up on third down. They'll send out the kicker to try to salvage this drive. And he curls that thing just inside the left upright. The lead now trimmed to 28-24. So they're lining up to kick it off after that last drive. Put a 3-spot on the board, and now the defense will try to shut them down. The returner will field it and try to do some business. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. Mizzou has it back in the offense coming out on the field. From the gun, leaves it on the inside with the back. Past the first down marker and still running. And he's brought down after a nice gain. Missouri gets to the line quickly.
The defense has got to be more physical up front. Don't let them have those running lanes, those holes to break off a nice run, get a first down. And here's the thing, you better reload quick because they're right back on the line to call another play.
Working well behind the sticks on second down.
As an offense, you're okay with that. You're going to run option plays, and sometimes you're going to bust it big, but sometimes you don't necessarily read it correctly, get some positive yards, and then we come back and we do it all over again with different reads against the different defense.
Shotgun snap, wants to throw it on third. He lofts it high and deep down the left side. And they can't hook up on the big play, and that brings up a fourth down. So Missouri will have to punt it away. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. Fair catch is made inside his own 20 at the 17-yard line. San Diego State takes over as the offense is ready to go to work. Guys, that last trip a little disappointing having to take the 3.
Yeah, and I think, Jesse, you see so many offenses talk about getting yards and the tempo and all the stuff they do. It was a nice job moving the football, but they got to get in the end zone this time.
Yeah, and I think to do that, it just got to be more physical at the point of attack. Get some push up front. They need to be the best running team in this game to win.
He now has 61 yards on the ground, and he wanted to make a first impression, and he's doing that in this opening game. And this one will be stopped for no gain. Got stuffed on first down. It's 2nd and 10. Back to pass. Makes the catch. They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there and still a little ground to cover to pick up the first. They'll go to the air on 3rd and short. Catch in the middle, it's Wilson. And they'll move the chains and get it to the 47-yard line. 3rd down, a lot of times it comes down to not necessarily who's the most open, who do you trust the most?
No, it's not about the X's and the O's. It's about the Jimmies and the Joes. And when my guy's better than you and I get you matched up out wide and I know I trust you, I'm finding you.
A 7-yard pickup. It'll be 2nd and 3. And the Aztecs with myriad options after that big pickup on first down.
The offense has a little bit of success on the ground, and they're up. Look at them. They're ready to go again. Back on the line of scrimmage, ready to run another play.
Hauled down, but they'll move the sticks as he picks up the first down.
And the offense showing off this short passing game, moving the sticks. Nice job, and look at them. They're right on the football, ready to capitalize on this momentum.
Here's a quick throw out to the left. And the defense had that one well covered, just a short gain there. Plenty of work to do here on 2nd and long. Wants to go up top. He makes the grab. Turning it on. And he's brought down after a nice gain. The Aztecs want to move quickly. From the red zone, looking for a man. Grab behind the line. It's Hill. He hauled that one in and got it down to the 15-yard line. This defense just can't get off the field. The offense unstoppable. Handoff to the lone back. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play. From the gun, he'll try to throw for it on third down. And that's incomplete. A defender all over him. Knocked the ball to the ground. Fourth down coming up. Looks as if they'll send out the field goal unit. And this one sails through just inside that left upright. That'll cut the lead to 28-27. So after putting 3 on the board, the kickoff team is out there ready to boot it away. On the run from inside his own 5. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. They'll get this drive going from the 17. They'll start this drive going to the air. Got a man. It's Maddox. He'll step out of bounds right at the 35-yard line, and maybe they've got something cooking. He'll keep it himself. Still on his feet at the 45. And they'll pick up the first down and mark it at the 47. He'll do it himself. They pick up half of it. It'll be 2nd and 5. Tried to pound it on first down. Now back to the line. They'll run play action. Just a Baryshnikov-like move on the sideline to tap that toe and get the first down. Mizzou coming out with a fresh set of downs. And this will be incomplete. A big hit there forces 2nd down. Couldn't make the connection last time. Let's see if they throw it again. 2nd down, he'll throw it. Zings it complete to the right.
Now, you put those slot receivers in there, and here's why you do it. You back them off the football a lot of times, but who's guarding them? A lot of times, those are linebackers. Those are safeties. You get those good matchups where you can feature one of your speedsters, and a lot of times, good things happen.
3rd down play from the gun. The throw. Grab near the sticks. It's Ware. Defense is there to make the stop, but he's got the first down, and they'll have it 1st and goal at the 6. He's looking to throw.
Yeah, and he's been throwing it all over the yard, and he's now over 300 yards on the day, so been a successful day. Now, 300 yards, I don't know, Palmer, 300 nowadays, that's like what back in the day for you?
That would have been 500. I would have won the Heisman, maybe. It's a big deal today in college football, no doubt. Listen, he's...
And he motors into the end zone. Touchdown, Missouri!
And they trust their QB to execute like they have the whole first half, and he delivers, and they build on this lead and build their momentum going into halftime.
Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And the extra point is good. So a drive there of 82 yards. They're set to kick it off, and this crowd now ready to get behind them. Here he comes from inside his own 5. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. This late in the half, here's the question. How aggressive will the play calling be? They needed to find enough space and get it moving forward, and they're up to the 22. That's the end of the 2nd quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin in our halftime update.
Gentlemen, what else is new? A spirited environment there in Columbia. And it's clear, the aerial attacks of both teams have been relentless. They've been burning each of these secondaries like toast. Just an assault on the defensive game plans, if there even were defensive game plans. Gotta think, fellas, based on the first 2 quarters, We're going to see every route in the route tree again in this second half. And with that, let's send it back to the guys at Memorial Stadium.
They're lined up and ready to kick off this second half. He'll start the return inside his 5. He was looking for more running room, but none to be found as he stopped at the 23. Missouri has the offense ready to go on the field. Caught behind the line. It's Maddox. Didn't have much room to run and not a whole lot of help. Short gain there and still plenty of ground to cover for the first down. Leaves it with the back. They've got him down at the 40 after he ripped off 15 yards. Missouri wants to go fast.
Defense gives up the pretty big run. They get the first down. And listen, you got to reload quick now because this offense, they got their foot on the accelerator.
And you're seeing his dynamic ability to run the football, that time on the option play. I know he doesn't pick up the first down, but that's still a good chunk of yardage, and the defense wasn't ready for it. Moving forward, expect the offense to go back to the option play again and see if someone will finally take the quarterback and force him to pitch it.
Got enough for the first. All down, but he has enough to move the chains. Missouri comes to the line with another first down. Pulls it and fires to the left. Crosses the 30. He's got away. And he is marked out of bounds after another big gain. This aerial attack has had no problem moving the ball with chunk plays. Tight end in motion. See how the D reacts. Give to the running back. Nice pickup on the ground there, and they'll move the sticks for the first down. And the Tigers started this drive back up in their own end, and now they've moved into position to score. Quarterback on the keeper. He pushes his way down to the 4 as they get closer and closer. Offense trying to pay it off on 2nd and goal. The give from the gun. And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Tigers!
Another rushing touchdown. That's now 2 on the game. This offense thought they could come into this one running the ball, being the more physical team, and they look like it right now.
They'll try to add another to their lead. And with the extra point, they move on top by 15. Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
Boys, if it's happening in college football, we've got eyes on it. Check this out. James Madison is ahead in this one. This team plays a fun brand of football there in Harrisonburg, but they're a long way from closing this out.
A quick pass to the left. They finally get him on the ground, but he's got an explosive play for the first down. And the Aztecs, after ripping off that huge run, let's see if they can do it again. Wants to throw on first down off the play fake. It's picked off. The Heisman contender turns it over. Picked up a few extra on that return, but what a play by this defense to get the football.
There were a lot of people really excited about what this guy could do. Some were saying he could be an All-American, and he's proving them right. That's already his 2nd interception early in this college football season. Offenses are going to figure it out. They're going to stop throwing this guy's way. You just get in trouble when you try.
Mizzou has it back in the offense coming out on the field. This has been exactly the way you draw things up, David. The offense has really been moving the football.
And it's been great execution. They've done exactly what they've wanted to do. Build the lead. Now Palmer's a different animal. Now you got to protect him.
You can tell they were paying attention in practice this week in the film room because they have gone out, everybody right now on the same page.
The Tigers moving quickly to the line. They'll try to get it through the air. Just too much mustard on that one. Can't miss the target that badly. And here comes the punt team. Let's see if he can help the coverage team out with this one. No return coming here. Fair catch is signaled for and made just shy of the 30. And the offense takes the field eager to go back to work. Off play action on first down. Finds a spot in the middle. And he's down at the 41. That's a first down. No huddle here for the offense.
And I love when you understand when I'm supposed to put some RPMs on that football. You could tell he's thrown over the middle of the field. He knows he's got defenders there. I got to throw this thing in there quick, fast, in a hurry. Nice job by the quarterback.
Great job by this savvy senior to know when he just needs to move the sticks with his feet.
Well, I think you're starting to see some examples of why this guy is inexperienced in a freshman quarterback, right? Obviously, he's thrown a couple picks earlier in the game. That scramble right there, he's got to get down. He's got to take care of himself and slide. Great job, nice athleticism, good decision to take off scrambling and help his offense, but you really are seeing his inexperience shine through here in this game.
If every journey begins with a step, this offense needs to step into a third down conversion and then try to turn it into some scores, and fast. Caught over the middle. It's Conway. Just what this offense was looking for. Sets him up at the 26 with the first down. Use the play fake. Now to throw. Oh, they're after him. And it's incomplete, deflected, knocked away by the D. Try to make up for some of that lost ground on second down. Out of the gun, the inside give. He's stopped after a 1-yard pickup at the 25. They've moved it to the 25, but now facing a third and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Throws to the wideout. Grabbed in the middle, it's Pena. They make the tackle, but he's got a fresh set of downs, and it's first and goal from the 7. They'll try to get it in with the run. Relentless, tough running gets it down to the 4. Now on second and goal. Looking to fire. Trying to barrel in. And the defense settled in to stop that one for a short gain. They'll turn to the Wildcat to keep this drive alive. Back has it. He's not going to make it. What a job by this defense to stop him in his tracks. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. The offense trying to find a way on fourth and goal from the 2. Slams ahead. Not only the fourth and goal stop, but they get him in the backfield at the 4-yard line. They'll ride the running back and leave it with him. There he goes. Stopped at about the 25-yard line, but it'll be a first down. The Tigers are in the hurry-up.
That is exactly what you want from your offense. Create some space, get out of the shadow of your own end zone, Palmer, and make it easier on this offense.
Yeah, it's nice when you have a running back like that, too, that can create that space for you. Now, if you're the play caller, your entire playbook is wide open.
And the pass is incomplete, jarred loose by the hit. It'll be third and long. Looking to throw, and he needs a bunch. Here's a hit. And the quarterback is knocked down back at the 13.
Pretty nice as a defense, right? When you can go nickel, put 5 DBs on the field and not have to blitz anyone, trusting your front 4 to get the job done on third down, and they do it right there, getting the sack.
Missouri will have to send out the punt team.
Punt formation to kick it away.
Fair catch called for and made. The Aztecs offense ready to go back to work. These last couple of drives, Jesse, have been about the defense making clutch stand.
I think for this offense, they can stay aggressive knowing that their defense is going to bail them out time and time again here.
Yeah, and especially when you go for those fourth down situations, you do that a lot of times because you know your defense can make stands, make stops. They did on that last possession for you.
Goes to the option. What a job up front, and he'll lose a yard on that one. Lost one on that last one. It's 2nd and 11.
And I think that time the quarterback made the wrong read. He was trying to pitch it. He didn't have to, though. There's a lot of green grass and space out in front of him. If he just holds on to that football, he might not score a touchdown. He's definitely going to be able to at least get positive yards. I think that's a play on the option the quarterback would like to have back.
On 3rd and short, trying to impose their will and move the chains. Stopped in the backfield, and this defense has forced him into 4th down. Timeout called here by the defense. It's the first one they've used this half. And this kicker is turning into old reliable. He's already knocked through a couple today. He boomed it through. A 50-yard field goal showing off that powerful leg.
And not to be the old guys in the booth, but we are the old guys in the booth. Man, 50-yard field goals used to be really, really hard. Kickers nowadays, man, they are making it look so much easier, and he does right there.
What kind of field position can he help them with on the return? Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. Missouri has the offense ready to go on the field. Got him downfield. That one could really put this drive into high gear as they have a 1st down at the 37.
The defense has got to be able to make a play at some point here in the second half. You're down 2 possessions. You need to steal a possession badly. You need to have a takeaway. The coverage is going to have to be way tighter than on that last throw. Otherwise, this offense is just going to go up and down the field.
Missouri gets to the line quickly. Trying to impose their will with the run. They bring him down, but not before he's able to pick up the 1st down. They moved the chains on the ground last time. Let's see if they try to hit him up top. Looking to throw on 1st down. Makes the grab. It's Terry. And a good job of coverage by that defense. Just a short pickup. So now it's 2nd and long. Back to pass. Finds his tight end. And just a short, safe pass play. They pick up a few. And the Tigers are at the line trying to move the sticks on 3rd and short. On 3rd and short, they'll try to convert through the air. Finds a man in the middle. What a throw. Not a lot of room. He fits it in beautifully, and they've got it at the 30. This dude is just exceptional in every facet. So fluid, such a great route runner, and a big play there.
And money down, 3rd down, find him. I mean, you want to find that matchup because he's going to win. And gets a good release, gets down the field. You see that's your playmaker, that's your guy. Get it to him, get the 1st down.
To the air on 2nd down. That's caught. It's Terry. They make the stop, but he'll have enough yardage for a 1st down. Mizzou coming out with a fresh set of downs. Running back searching for a hole. He'll get that one all the way down to the 4-yard line before he stopped. As they get set to snap it, just about to reach the end of the quarter. A 1st down run in the red zone. And brought down. Looks as if that's how we'll end the 3rd. They'll try to open the quarter by cashing in on this big opportunity deep in the red zone. And you want to talk about his favorite receiver, it might be everybody based on the number of guys getting touches and a chance to show off their hands in the passing game. 1 quarter to go, and might we have the makings of a classic 4th quarter finish. Got stopped on 1st down. They'll try it again from the 2. Looking for a path to the end zone to the right. He showed off the stiff arm, but apparently he needed a couple more. A lot of defenders around to stop him. They'll run the sneak for it. Scores on the sneak.
It's just so nice to have a signal back who can make plays through the air and make plays with his feet like this. Runs in for the touchdown. The defense knows I have to account for him every play. That's my quarterback.
On to attempt to try. And no problem on the extra point as they push the lead to 19 here in the fourth. We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
Fellas, week to week, you just never know, which is why we're here with an update. Penn State is currently ahead in this one, but it's been a close one so far today at Happy Valley. They're up by 4 over Ball State. Your boy KC has you covered here in studio, guys, in case anything changes in this one.
Oh, and how about that? I know Kevin and those guys will be keeping an eye on it for us. What will they dial up on second and a long way to go? Off the play fake. Right on target this time. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. The Aztecs come to the line on third down, trying to keep this drive alive. Looking to throw for it. Can't make the connection on third down thanks to that tough, hard-nosed pass defense, and now it's fourth down. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Makes the grab past the marker. And they finally make the tackle, but this will be a pretty easy conversion for this offense. And the Aztecs come to the line in the hurry-up.
This defense better not blink. I know they've got a lead here in the fourth quarter, but just look at who they're going against. This quarterback is one of the best in the nation. They cannot rest on their laurels. Someone's going to have to make a play.
And a pickup of 8 opens a world of opportunities on second and 2. The Aztecs with myriad options after that big pickup on first down. Got it behind the line. It's Wilson.
Man, what a really nice job by being disciplined by this defense. Like, understanding I'm trying to rush the passer, probably a passing situation type of a deal, but doing it with some discipline. They try to sneak the screen in. They were ready for it. Nice job by this defense.
Tackle behind the line of scrimmage, and what a big third down stop by this defense. On fourth down, they'll try to throw it. Connection to the right. Turns out to be an easy conversion for this offense as they move the chains on fourth down.
Wow, and that was just a bang-bang play. On that fourth down, the coverage was tight. QB had his receiver. He knew where he wanted to go with it, but the only way that ball gets completed is if he puts a little extra mustard on it, and he shows you the art and talent on the throw.
It's always interesting how people handle late game. Like, you know this game is over. There's not a lot to gain from it, but some people try to throw the ball deep and continue to make plays. They throw it short. The clock's running out, and there's not a lot to talk about that's going to be positive for this offense.
Now the play fake. Fires to the tight end. Just across the 20 with a first down at the 19. Defense has to be frustrated. The offense keeps matriculating and matriculating and matriculating the ball down the field. He'll pull it on the read. Showed off just about every move in the book, except the forward move. Stopped for a short gain. Out of the gun to give to the back. Stopped at the 13-yard line as the drive continues. And the Aztecs are at the line looking to convert on third and short. They'll snap it from the gun on third down. Grabbed over the middle. It's Conway. The tackle is made, but he's got it first and goal from the 6. They'll try to get it in with the run. He works his way all the way down to the 3, and the defense is reeling. See if they can get it done on second and goal. Wants to go up top. Bringing the heat. Max looking for the goal line. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage. They'll run it on 3rd and goal. Right there to stop him, and that'll be a loss of 3. A field goal does not top the list of most helpful things at this juncture, so they'll go for it on 4th down. They want to throw it. Let's it go to the end zone. Oh, he dropped it. Just didn't look it all the way in, and they'll turn it over on downs. And they are stopped on 4th down. That decision will be questioned. Not much room to run. Give him 1 to the 7. Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on 2nd down. Right back to him on the ground. Stopped behind the line of scrimmage, and that is a rare sight for this defense today against this guy. On 3rd and long, trying to have a big completion here. Working that left side. Just what the doctor ordered to get away from the shadow of that goalpost and pick up a 1st down at the 23. They'll try the run. Picks his way and gets 4 out to the 27. After the productive 1st down play, it's 2nd and 6. The give to the running back from the shotgun. They opened the lane, and he hit it a gain of 5 out to the 33. The Tigers come to the line needing just inches for the 1st down. He'll sneak it. He's brought down, but it'll be enough for a 1st down. So they move the sticks on the run. Let's see what they do with this one. The give, and tick, 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 tick. Stuffed almost in his track, but strong enough to pick up 1 to the 35. In the backfield, it's Proctor. They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that 1st down marker. Clock stops. We have reached the 2-minute timeout, and this offense just a couple of minutes away from putting one in the win column. A strike downfield. And he gets a big chunk of yardage to the 34-yard line.
Well, this guy's been a go-to guy for this offense all game long. We've seen that here on a critical 3rd down late in the game with the lead. Guess who shows up with another big one? That guy.
Missouri has it ready to go with another 1st down. Quick touch pass to the receiver. Breaks into the open. He's run out of bounds at the 23 after the big gainer. The Tigers pounded the rock to move the sticks, now back to work. They'll move the wide receiver. Receiver on the move gets the touch pass. And a decent gain there before the defense makes the stop. And here comes the offense on 2nd down. Run in the red zone. It's Maddox. An explosive play in the running game as he's got the 1st down. With the clock running, this should be the final play. Grabbed in the backfield. It's Proctor. And that is how we will wrap this one up. Scoreboard operator got a workout in this one. Fun game for us to watch, but they can't come up with the W.
Yeah, and it's a team game, right? The offense did their job, and now defense will have to find a way in the future to make better plays, get stops, and stop them scoring so many points, especially when your offense does their job.
And we see a lot of games like this in college football when both offenses are just trading blows back and forth, and it just comes down to which defense can get a stop. And unfortunately for the losing team, they just were not able to get it done.
Thanks so much for spending some time with us. For David Pollack and Jesse Palmer, I'm Reese Davis, and this has been another presentation of EA Sports College Football.